1783. The long struggle for American independence was over. In Paris on September 3rd, a treaty was signed to end the war. 6 days later, in Philadelphia, another document was signed, a charter establishing a college on the western frontier at Carlisle, Pennsylvania.
It must soon be the first in America. It is the key to our Western world.
Physician, scientist, statesman, and founder of Dickinson College, Benjamin Rush.
The American War is over, but this is far from being the case with the American Revolution. On the contrary, nothing but the first act of the great drama is closed.
The momentum is not over. The revolution is not over. We have to live it every day into the future. And by doing that, we are living the spirit of a founder of this country.
What people like Rush represented at the time was a thoughtful approach to the role education played in the evolvement of a civilization. And I think that that's even more relevant today because of the need with a global economy, tools like the internet, the way in which travel happens, and certainly politics and religion, to have a general understanding of the pervasiveness of those topics in every field.
When you have a broad-based education that you can build upon by continuing to learn, by engaging, by questioning things, I think that makes you a much more well-rounded person and really sets you up to be a leader in whatever you do in life.
Perhaps without realizing at the time, what I learned was how to think, how to read, how to write, how to organize, how to get something done. And these are all skills that are very important in the investment field that I'm now working in.
I could not have functioned as I hoped that I did in the Dover trial, or indeed every day as a United States District Court judge, without the superlative educational experience that I had at Dickinson.
Our faculty are very dedicated to students. They like interacting with them. And to me, the exciting thing is that they not only enjoy being with them and talking with them, but they find imaginative ways to bring students right into the heart of their own work.
You have a chance to really interact with your professor. You're not dealing with TAs. You're not dealing with a third party in your education.
Here we're sitting on an institution, Dickinson College, that had somebody dreaming about an American type of education that would be forever useful and forever revolutionary. We affect people profoundly through not only the in-class experience, but the out-of-class experience.
The world is getting more complex, not less, and we need people who can take insights from multiple fields, think broadly, understand context, understand contending perspectives, and tie things together to create imaginative solutions to problems. That's the kind of useful that we're talking about, and that's the kind of useful that the liberal arts are extraordinarily good at when they're done imaginatively.
You can learn beyond the boundaries of the classroom. You know, you learn from others, you learn from your community, and just having an open mind to different ways of teaching others and different ways of learning is very important. I feel like I'm gonna come out of Dickinson as a well-rounded person. I feel like I will be ready for anything, you know?
Clearly, our willingness to engage students with the wider world is inspired by our founder, Benjamin Rush, whose vision of liberal learning was that it was in fact connected to wider communities, and it was connected to doing something, a very activist vision.
I spent 2 months in Bamako, Mali. I did an internship with a non-governmental organization there. Every time I would say, oh, I spent the summer in Mali, people would go, Bali? What were you doing in Bali? And it's like, no. I was in Mali. It's a very large landlocked country in Africa, and it's important. I looked at things from my area, and so I look at it medically. But then Dickinson also teaches you to look at it socially. Let's look at the social factors that surround issues that are going on in Mali. What does poverty mean, and what impact does it have on the women of the culture?
Well, you know, Dickinson today is doing it yet a step further. We're bringing people in from the world, as well as sending our own people abroad. And maybe that's a modern point, the world has gotten larger. And we've always been global, but perhaps our awareness of the rest of the world hasn't been as keen as it is today.
I'm from Bucharest, Romania. As an international student, I didn't really have the means to come to visit the campus, and most of my research when applying to colleges was based on what I would see on websites. What attracted me very much to Dickinson was the study abroad program, especially the one in Bologna, Italy, the one that I'm actually going to attend next year.
The emphasis here on foreign languages is so important because it enables you to function on the global scale. It's critical that you are able to speak more than one language.
I'm learning a different language, the fourth or the fifth.
I could be walking around at any moment of the day and just bump into someone and they're speaking, say, Arabic or German's a frequent language, French. And so you have a global sense even though you are in Carlisle.
I don't speak French very much these days, but every so often I run into a patient here who doesn't know how to speak English, and I can go through all the languages I can sort of speak, and if it happens to be French, we can actually have I can do an entire history and physical in French. And the last time I learned French was college.
The critical issues are, can our students understand the rest of the world? How do we educate them to have global perspective, something that Dickinson does uniquely well? In many aspects, Dickinson College is more internationally minded than any other American college or university. We have come farther, faster than almost any of our peer institutions, and it puts us in a place to do exceptional things in pioneering where higher education needs to go with global ed.
Well, in December of 2004, I received on my docket the case of Kitzmiller versus Dover Area School District. I rendered a decision in that case which essentially would not allow the policy that had been adopted by the school board, which involved intelligent design being injected into the 9th grade biology curriculum. I hope that I am an example of what you can do with a useful education, and that you can bring that to bear in everything that you do in your life, and that you don't duck or avoid an opportunity to think in a big way or to tackle large issues in the world.
We have the opportunity to be outspoken on the nature of the engagement of our graduates and of our students in being citizen leaders, in being out there and voting and commenting on issues that matter and leading.
I think Dickinson has done over the years a great job in preparing people for successful lives. As you look around, you'll find that there are many Dickinsonians successful in their professions as lawyers, and doctors, and business, entrepreneurs.
When you walk through campus, you can see those connections. These people are posted around the campus in different places throughout the student union, throughout the different buildings. People leave Dickinson and do great things.
Students here care about what they do. They're engaged in what's going on in the world, and they are interested not only to see what will happen, but what they can do to influence the future.
I would love to do some sort of nonprofit organization in the future, maybe 10, 20 years. Community service is definitely up there. And I feel like you have to give back to the community.
Whatever I do, though, I just want to make sure that I'm always having a good impact on whatever community I'm a member of, whatever individuals I'm working with. That's perhaps most important.
We stand before, as a community, an incredible opportunity, and that is to complete the vision, the dream, to fulfill the destiny of a signer of the Declaration of Independence. I believe that a lot of colleges that are liberal arts institutions, while obviously we respect them greatly, they never really broke with England. I mean, higher education in the United States really never had the revolution. For Rush, that first in America is the understanding of Dickinson College as an institution that was not just important and interesting unto itself. It was an institution that was to provide a model, be a catalyst for American education in general and its future. That was first in America, and that's a tremendous responsibility and opportunity.
I think that you would be hard-pressed to find any entity or institution as old as Dickinson is that is so ardently doing the work that its founders charged and intended it to do.
You can't rest on your laurels, and you have to constantly be saying, how can we raise the bar here? In addition, to make that happen, you have to attract substantial resources. This is a very high-stakes game.
Capital campaign now underway needs to be successful, and we have the friends and alums who can make it successful.
The full understanding and appreciation that you get for your Dickinson education really grows over the years.
Looking back on it, Dickinson was absolutely perfect for me and perfect for many people.
It was simply magical. My sister went to Dickinson. I'm hoping my daughter goes to Dickinson. It's going to be her choice, but I experienced it in every way as just a wonderful thing, which is why I'm giving back today.
We see right in front of us the results of what we have helped to support. We see the facilities. We can talk to the students who are in the programs that we've been involved in.
The school belongs to all of us. Many of us, we're alumni, so this is our one college experience, and we want to keep the image of Dickinson and everything it stands for strong.
This is our time. This is our moment. The revolution is never over. It is always just beginning, and it begins every day and every evening for this college. That's what we have to fulfill. That is our destiny.
Let our people be taught
in science,
that it does not belong to himself.
Let this thought encourage us to proceed with vigor and energy.
Let him be taught.
Cultivate by the suffrages of his fellow citizens.
Let us suppose nothing
As part of our citizens.
anything remains to be